Most of my students have two big problems when they come into my classroom. The first is that a lot of the problems that they have solved in school are very simple, and as a result, they memorize how to solve these questions without thinking about how or why they use these methods. When they encounter harder problems on the SAT, the questions aren't testing math topics that are different or harder than what they learn in school, but the questions themselves are disguised in a way that makes it difficult to figure out, okay, which topic are we talking about and how do we use that topic to solve this question. When I teach SAT math, a lot of the first few classes are going to be about brushing up on all of the math that they've done up to that point, usually about 9th or 10th grade math, and making sure that they understand how things work and why, and understand the process to solving these questions. And so once they learn how these processes work, they can apply that to these harder SAT style questions. The other big problem is that once students understand how to solve the questions, at that point it's all about discipline and building discipline to make sure that they're not making any careless mistakes. A lot of times I get students who misread the question or make a simple algebraic mistake like adding 5 instead of subtracting 5. And it's my job to help students figure out where they're trying to make, where they consistently make mistakes. Every student is a little bit different, and every student is going to make a slightly different kind of mistake. Word problems are often a pain point. Many students don't break down a word problem correctly and misinterpret it. And so, again, one of my jobs is to make sure that students aren't making these careless types of errors. We often go back and double check our work to make sure that we're not making these kinds of mistakes. And while going back and checking your work is supposed to be done in under timed conditions because the SAT is timed, we still do it anyway, even after we're done with the test. I tell students before I even give them the answer key, I tell them, I want you to go back and look back at the answers before you grade your tests, see if you can root out any of the careless mistakes that you normally make. And I think that building that discipline of double checking your work is very important to getting a high score on the math section.